Three stories, no huddling. First up, battle of the former Carolina Panthers teammates turned franchise quarterbacks. Baker over Sam Darnold. The Bake Show throws for almost 380, 2 touchdowns. Let's take a look at the Bake Show when he's targeting Buka. Holy cow. 89 yards. It's third best. First in touchdowns to interceptions. First in passer rating, 145. Are the Bucks the best team in the NFC?
Have been from the beginning.
You've been early on this incorrect.
Listen, they, unlike, and we're going to talk about the Chargers later, and then we're going to hear Chargers excuses in about 45 minutes when Danny joins us. Unlike the Chargers or other, I guess the Ravens to a far worse extent, they suffered a bunch of injuries too. They find a way to win. They find a way to be in all of these games, and then Bake Show cooks. Down 3 with 2:17 left in week 1. Get the ball. Baker delivers a victory.
Yep.
Down 5, getting the ball with 2:10 left in week 2. Baker delivers a victory. Down 1 with 1:49 left in week 3. Baker delivers a victory. And yesterday, down a full 7 with 3:18 left, delivers a victory without having to go to overtime. Now, obviously, the interception Baker didn't do, but he then capitalized. This team is only going to get better. Mike Evans is not there. Godwin is still, getting back in. The offensive line is injured. They didn't have Bucky Irving, and they're 4-1.
Yeah.
And I don't know if we can show it. I don't know if we have time. It's the final 6 weeks of their schedule when they were supposed to really make hay. Look at that. Look at that right-hand column. You want to see some Tampa Bay victories? What about, I don't know what their record's going to be coming into it, but I know at the end of that, they're going to have at least 5, maybe 6 more wins. So, yeah, yes, they're the best team. They are the best team.
No, they are not. I mean, look, Baker might be the MVP.
Yeah.
Not just the NFC, but of the whole league. But no, they have beaten 4 teams with a 7-12 record. Why does it take them heroics from Baker to beat the freaking Jets? They beat the Jets 29-27. Why heroics to beat Atlanta, which got smashed by
Atlanta's a fine
Carolina?
Team. Atlanta's a
Well, I don't know. They got beat 30-0 by Carolina.
And then they beat what?
And Houston, we'll see. Look, Philadelphia, which beat them, Detroit, I still say Green Bay, and maybe Washington. I'll put them with Washington right now. But Philadelphia, Green Bay, and Detroit, I got ahead of Tampa Bay.
Possible evidence is there that Green Bay's better than them?
They smashed Detroit. That's some pretty good evidence right there. And then they handily beat Washington with Jaden Daniels. And those are 2 great wins. Tampa don't have. What great wins does Tampa have? San Francisco beat Seattle in Seattle.
Hold on. I think beating Seattle yesterday was a really good win. But what Tampa doesn't have is a horrifying loss or tie the way Green Bay does. I just don't know. I think I don't know how we can
even if you say Green Bay, but Detroit and Philly,
I'm not ready
I definitely
to say
think
they're
they're better.
The best team in the NFC. I got that. Detroit is in that driver's seat for me. But the Bucks, everything you said about Baker Mayfield is why the Bucks are right there, and they can beat anybody because they have a quarterback that has been able to rally those guys, and those guys believe in him. He believes in his ability, and if he has the ball last.
Yeah.
I'm talking about across the board, Patrick Mahomes included.
Well, let's not go too far.
If right now, the way he's playing, if he has the ball last, I trust Baker right now.
And he got a great receiver. Even with the injuries, still got a great receiver.
Well, Buka's been unreal.
Buka's awesome.
Worldly.
Should guard him.
I think it's harder than you think, KW. I think it's harder than you think.
It's like last night. You guys should have guarded Stephon Diggs. He used to be on your team. He's good. Flip to the AFC. Colts Raiders. This one was not close at all. 40-6. Indy now 4-1. And let's look at the seeds in the AFC. If the season ended today, it'd be a very short season. But the Colts would be number 1, Bills, Steelers, Chargers. The record says they're legit contenders. Greg, do you agree?
Of course. No hesitation needed. And just for the record, if season ended, can we put that back up? Who typically gets in the runnings for MVPs?
That's a good point.
The 1 seed.
1 seed.
Yeah.
I'm
Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah, but I'm about to say,
Three touchdowns.
leading the league in
we
rushing.
can say what we want to say. Jonathan Taylor has been a staple in that Colts offense. What hasn't and what is now is Daniel Jones. Can we see his numbers, please? And why this team is.
This is what it's like when
see
I
what
talk
I'm
about
deep-
Mac Jones.
Yeah, no. This is not.
Was that the question?
No.
Is Daniel Jones MVP?
No.
My God, let the man answer.
I'm just saying, y'all get mad at me.
40-6.
This is one of the reasons why they are a legit team, because they're getting great play out of their quarterback.
Those are wild stats.
This is not just for Gazy. This is for real. Jonathan Taylor, his productivity has been awesome this year. Like the receiver play, awesome. The offensive line, but the one thing, even defensively, defensive coordinator, you can give Lou Anarumo a lot of credit, but they got a lot of great players on defense. This is a very well-constructed team, and a lot of it, and why they're having the success, is on the shoulders of the quarterback and what he's been able to do.
I know, but a part of me, Greg, respectfully, feels like apple cider donuts. Go to a little corn
Pumpkin
maze.
mode. So here,
I'm on pumpkin watch.
well, I'm not.
Would you
I'm not-
admit
I'm on pumpkin
just watch? Not
for
that he'll
who?
go
Daniel.
far. Yeah, aren't
So,
you on
hold on.
pumpkin watch? Is it
Let me
fair
just
to be on
think he's in
pumpkin
a
watch?
really great
Hold on.
situation.
Let me amend a take.
You are right.
Because I had incorrectly the Colts. I had the wrong team that they were. Because I was saying that they were going to be last year's Saints. 2-0, huge victories, and then fall off a map. I was wrong. And then I realized today which team they are.
Oh.
Do you know which team they are?
I just want to hear.
I think you'll like this. I think they have a real chance to be last year's Vikings. Gaudy regular season record, a reclamation project at quarterback. No matter what they do throughout the regular season, people don't fully buy in entirely.
Yep.
And then, of course, obviously, we know what will happen in the playoffs. But that team could win. Yeah, I don't think they're going to win 14 games,
No.
but I think that is – I was wrong. I was basically being like, first 2 games, fluke. What they have shown us is – because they have played Miami, Tennessee, and the Raiders. And I was wrong about the Raiders, it would appear. But they have – those are bad teams, obviously.
See, that's the thing.
But they have crushed them. They have crushed them.
That's what I like.
And
That's
then
the thing.
they have
No,
played
that's
they have played 2 teams that we think are good to very good in Denver and the Rams, and they were both total toss-ups. Denver comes down to the field goal. The Rams game comes down to the very end as well.
And weird in that
Right.
gave away a touchdown.
Correct. And so, to me, that last year's Vikings is the feel that I have. Now, I don't know that they have to deal with a version of last year's Detroit. Like, maybe last year's Minnesota with a divisional win, with a division title and a home playoff game looks a little different in the postseason. But I think that, and I think Darnold and Daniel Jones being in the same bucket of, honestly, no matter what you do this year, people are going to probably doubt you a bit until we see it again next year. I think it's probably the reality.
I think that's a good comp. Last year's Vikings. Again, I don't think they'll go 14 or
14-3.
14-3.
Yeah. 14 wins,
the question-
4,000 yards. People throw that
Daniel Jones, his one playoff game wasn't great, but that's your first playoff game. So remember they lost to Minnesota when he was with the Giants.
No, they beat
won.
Minnesota.
I mean, they beat-
it was the next
sorry.
game.
Right.
Sorry. No, he was good at
He
that
was the
game.
next
and bad
game.
in the next
That's
game.
right, they
That's
beat
the one.
Minnesota.
Yeah, it was the opposite.
No. The next game he was terrible. Yeah. No, they're not contenders though. They haven't beaten anybody good yet. That's the thing. I want to see that. They got to beat somebody good.
I think
And Denver, they beat Denver, but
I mean,
I think Denver helped them out on that.
Playoff
But
team.
They're good, but not a contender. Like Super Bowl.
I agree with you.
Update. Dusty, tell this in my ear again so I get it right. Omarion Hampton on the IR, breaking news.
Oh, that's why they wouldn't give him the ball late. Okay.
Chargers are hurt,
falling
and
apart.
enthusiasm around this team has come back to earth. Right guard Mekhi Becton and Trey Pipkins both left the game yesterday. Herbert throws for 166, sacked, generally on the move. Here's Herbert this season. First 2 games, pretty good. Last 3 games, everything less.
Bad.
Do the Chargers need more from Justin Herbert or victim of circumstance?
we knew going into the year Slater was out.
Yeah.
The real significant injury they've had is Joe Alt getting hurt last week and now missing time. And that is a very significant injury because they had already missed Slater. But this is 3 weeks in a row where the Chargers offense has looked really good in the first quarter and then gone totally dormant for the next 3. Now, the first of those 3 weeks, Herbert rallied at the end. That was the Broncos game. Yeah, and it woke back up, so to speak, and made one of the best plays anyone's made all season. And I think he has played better, eye test-wise, than those numbers suggest. But the problem with having put no pelts on the wall of any substance this late into your career is people aren't going to be all that interested in the nuance of the circumstances, and they're going to say, through 2 weeks, your loudest supporters, of which there are many in the media, were like, see, I told you, this guy's as talented as anybody in the league. And now it feels like we're back in the very similar cycle of, it's not his fault. And I don't really think yesterday was primarily his fault, but they scored 10 points immediately and then didn't score again. That's not great. It's just not great.
Yeah, they're going to have to get more from Herbert. Period. Stop. Like, he's the highest paid, and it's not just about that, but you have quarterbacks that you deem elite to erase what you don't have, to make right what you lack. He has to make it right. In every offense, you have built-in hots, built-in outlets. So I don't have my tackles. I don't have them. This is the league. This is the National Football League. Guys are going to be playing without guys that they really wish that was out there. How can you overcome it? Can you be a difference maker? Can you be an impact player and still win games if you are that type of a guy? Justin Herbert has to prove that.
Can I ask you a question? Last year's Lions hurt defense were winning, and then collectively it felt like the media and maybe even like the NFL themselves, Lions themselves, were like, we're too banged up. We are past next man up.
But they weren't, though.
They never.
No, at the very end, they were too hurt. I'm saying. At the very, very end.
The playoff
just got beat.
I think that they always felt that they would still be.
Yeah, because they beat the Vikings in the final game of the year for the 1 seed.
Yeah, but they gave up a ton of points.
No, I don't think that this is.
Are we headed that way?
So we might. I think they might be too banged up to win a championship. I think that's fair. And but they are not so banged up that you should score 10 points on Washington. Because you lost, you went into the game without Slater and without Alt and with Becton coming back. I understand they lost their rookie running back during the game, but Herbert, if they had lost this game, 10 points and then did 27 straight points scored on them.
They haven't scored 30 this year, I believe.
And
what concerns me is last year they didn't throw that much. He only had 3 interceptions. He's got 4 in the last 3 games.
Can Mahomes play his way onto Bruce Ballot?
Wow.
The big performance tonight against the Prince next. Maybe the Prince can get on the ballot. What about that?
No, he hasn't played well enough.
He needs.
Tomorrow at 3 on FS1, it's Mariners Tigers.